All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're breaking down the absolute epic rise of a dumped, rock-bottom gamer who, completely by accident, becomes an unstoppable powerhouse in a reality-bending universe. We're going to track his intense journey from a pathetic nobody to the absolute top of the food chain. We'll be exploring his insane powers, the jaw-dropping plot twists, and of course, the massive battles that completely define his evolution.
So let's dive right into it. Picture this. A brutal real-world breakup sets the stage for basically the most insane gaming rebirth you've ever seen. Our protagonist starts off in a really rough spot. He's just been ruthlessly dumped by his girlfriend of 5 years, who literally calls him a nobody going nowhere. Utterly wrecked, he shuts himself in his room and turns to his main addiction, which is a notoriously unforgiving, brutally difficult video game called Pangea. This is a game so punishing that if you die, you lose absolutely everything. No saves, no second chances. And tragically, right after his breakup, his top-tier character dies, stripping him of 8 of the game's absolute rarest items.
But hey, here is where the massive turnaround kicks in. After losing his avatar, the game system calculates his lifetime achievements and grants him a staggering 1.6 million soul points. Driven by pure, unadulterated heartbreak and rage, he does something completely unprecedented. Instead of playing it safe, spreading it out, he dumps all 1.6 million points into a single brand new character. A blinding light flashes, and suddenly, he is no longer sitting in his bedroom. Next thing he knows, he wakes up getting whipped in a scorching desert camp as a chained slave. And the monsters around him? Well, they look suspiciously like the ones from Pangea. He opens his status window and makes a jaw-dropping discovery. Normally, the absolute maximum cap for any stat in this game is a 10. His base stats are sitting broken at a 12. On top of that, he possesses 13 hidden secret talents, which include stuff like weapon mastery and demon resistance. He is, for all intents and purposes, a god trapped in a level 1 body. He doesn't have time to celebrate, though, not even a second. He's immediately thrown into an impossible encounter, as a level 8 regional boss, Isabella, the Snake Princess, suddenly arrives to just wipe out the camp. Thanks to those max stats, our hero effortlessly slaughters his way through the guards, which grabs Isabella's attention. But let's be real, he can't exactly outmuscle a level 8 boss just yet. So he uses his secret weapon, his meta-knowledge. Because he effectively created her character lore in his past playthroughs, he totally manipulates her. He claims to be a star-bearer who can read the stars and offers to lift the curse that's trapping her in the desert. Impressed, she actually spares his life and takes him in. Okay, so with his survival secured and some ultra-rare items now sitting in his inventory, he realizes something crazy. He actually has the option to log out. He clicks the button, desperately hoping to escape this nightmare and just wake up in his normal bedroom. But the nightmare follows him. The real world is literally on fire. People are screaming, sirens are blaring everywhere, and horrific, giant insect monsters from Pangea are freely roaming the streets. The two dimensions are actually merging. And man, stepping out into those chaotic streets, his total glow-up is instantly put to the test. In the real world, he realizes he can summon his in-game items, specifically a high dragon soul and the legendary Michaela sword. Totally unfazed by the destruction around him, he steps up and easily slices right through a giant monster to save a young mother and a reporter named Kim Hana. I mean, he has completely shed his old, pathetic persona and evolved into this stoic, aura-wielding warrior. It's awesome. Realizing he needs to get immensely stronger to actually survive this merged reality, he logs right back in. He forces Isabella to take him to a hidden sanctuary, where they're confronted by the Mountain Guardian, a giant snake god named Dromit. Dromit threatens to just eat them on the spot, but our big-brain protagonist commands the beast to stop, straight up claiming he is the reincarnation of Dromit's true master, the legendary King Wilhelm. He casually cites a highly classified contract to prove it, and then willingly walks into pure flames to endure the Star Skull trial, absorbing a piece of a dead goddess to secure the ultimate star successor class. Armed with his insane new cosmic powers, he successfully breaks the curse binding Isabella to the desert. But before she can just walk away free, he leverages the whole situation. He locks her into a 1-year slavery contract to serve him, delivering this incredibly cold and ironic line, "I'm not the queen, I don't lie." He literally just lied to her face to secure her servitude, proving he is willing to be completely ruthless to climb to the very top. Logging back into the real world, his newly upgraded physique definitely catches some attention. Specifically, the attention of his ex-girlfriend. Yep, the same one who just dumped him. She tracks him down to a cafe, practically begging to get back together.
He humiliatingly rejects her on the spot. But the drama gets abruptly cut short when a catastrophic elite monster, a massive mammothide, crashes right into the building, turning the cafe into an absolute slaughterhouse. Now, a rival, incredibly arrogant player named Jin Woo tries to fight the beast, but immediately gets his arms torn off. Yikes. Under the cover of red smoke, our overpowered hero leaps into action. He uses a super rare fairy item to bypass his level restrictions, equipping his maxed out Michaela armor and Hermes boots. Floating in the air, dodging a barrage of poison tentacles, he delivers this epic one-liner before driving his blade straight into the boss's skull, completely destroying it single-handedly. Jumping back over to the game world, he and Isabella travel to Arcana, the Golden City. He struts right into the Hudson Casino and uses that exact same fairy talisman to extort the owner Hudson. Through a super tense negotiation, he uncovers Hudson's massive secret. Hudson is actually another dimension-hopping player from the real world, and he's desperate for that fairy item because he needs to bypass level restrictions to gain enough status to cure his dying NPC fiancé, a former knight named Serengeti. Our protagonist agrees to help Hudson, but obviously on his own terms. Their very first stop is a dying forest, where they have to enter the spirit tower to secure a spirit egg. Because our hero possesses this incredibly rare void elemental affinity, the tower basically glues him to the deadly chaos test, a trial that famously has a 0% survival rate. No big deal, right? Inside the test, it gets wild. He is forced to fight a perfect copy of his old, maxed-out character, Wilhelm. Realizing he definitely can't win through brute force alone, he completely relies on his flawless memory of the game's attack patterns. He perfectly dodges thousands of relentless strikes without healing once, until the system finally rewards his massive endurance. He unlocks the Celestial Chaos Spirit Egg, which is a game-breaking, transcended item that literally even the Spirit Kings are coveting. So, forest saved. They arrive at the ruined Knight's Garden, which is the home of Hudson's cursed fiancé, Serengeti. The city is totally destitute, and her father, Lord Weiser, is this desperate drunk who has basically sold her off to a rival duke just for funds. To get anywhere near Serengeti to actually cure her, our protagonist has to prove to Lord Weiser that he is, in fact, the actual reincarnation of the legendary Night King Wilhelm. Lord Weiser isn't just taking his word for it. He demands a duel. He pits a high-level, heavily armored, blessed knight against our level 3 hero, but our protagonist equips 2 extreme steel swords simultaneously. By dual-wielding and stacking the item bonuses, he triggers a system memory, unleashing a flawless storm of slashes that perfectly mimics King Wilhelm's world-destroying attacks. He effortlessly humiliates the high-level knight, leaving Lord Weiser totally speechless. Now granted access to Serengeti's chambers, he uses his rare Great Sage trait to analyze her rotting skeletal body. He quickly realizes she isn't just sick, she's afflicted by the Demon King's curse. Expending massive amounts of his precious star mana, he somehow manages to temporarily suppress the dark magic, waking her up. But he learns a catch. To cure her permanently, he's gonna have to collect all the scattered stars that hold the memories of Wilhelm's final battle. When Serengeti wakes up, she recognizes him as Wilhelm immediately, and then she drops this massive hidden lore behind his past playthrough's abrupt ending. During the Great Expedition, Wilhelm struck down the Demon King, but because he did it without the game goddess's permission, the Demon King just laughed, delivering this chilling quote, "Without the authority, you can destroy flesh, but you cannot destroy the essence." The Demon King attempted to possess Wilhelm's body, and suddenly, the goddess Pina intervened and betrayed them all, freezing time and causing the expedition's catastrophic failure. But guys, right as we are trying to process this massive lore drop about treacherous goddesses and demon kings, a colossal, endless monster horde suddenly breaches the castle walls of the Knight's Garden. With his star mana totally depleted from healing Serengeti, how in the world will our overpowered hero survive an all-out siege? What crazy secrets do the remaining stars hold? It's an absolutely brilliant setup that completely redefines the stakes of this reality merging game, and we'll just have to wait to find out how he handles it next.